During a speech in South Carolina on Monday of this week, Donald Trump announced to a very rabid crowd that if he becomes president of the United States again, he will, quote, immediately get rid of the United States Department of Education once and for all. Here's his full quote. I will immediately close the Federal Department of Education and we will move everything back to the states where they can individualize education and do it with love for our children. And of course, the crowd went wild. Yes, we must protect the children. We must protect them from those evil liberals and their maths and sciences and reading and all those evil things that all the smart people do, right? Destroying the Department of Education would effectively destroy public funding of federal funding of public education throughout the United States, which means that hundreds of thousands of teachers across the country, if not millions, would lose their jobs immediately, like right off the top. You see, most states, and when I say most states, I mean all but like 4 or 5 states, generate enough revenue to keep all of the teachers that they currently have on staff. The rest of these states, they rely on federal subsidization of the public education in their states. So if we get rid of the Federal Department of Education, a lot of teachers in this country, I can't say most, but possibly, are automatically without a job. So suddenly that means that classrooms will balloon from 18 to 25 students to possibly 60 to 70 students just because we don't have enough money to pay enough teachers. So the workload of the teachers is going to triple, possibly quadruple or more. They're going to do it with less funding, and the standards for what they have to teach their children will vary from state to state, even more so than they do now. There would be no federal standards, which means if you go to school in California, you may learn a completely different curriculum than if you send your kid to school in, I don't know, say Alabama. And guess which one is probably going to be a little bit better? No offense, Alabama, but I've been to school in Alabama. I've been to school in Florida. I know that there is a world of difference between just those 2 states, and that was before, of course, Florida turned red. But we are looking at the destruction of public education here in the United States because education is the enemy of conservatives. They have made that abundantly clear. I mean, hell, it's been clear for decades here in the United States. The push for the voucher system, send your kids to the private schools using our public money instead of sending them to these nasty-ass public schools, right? And of course, it's gotten so much worse in the last few years when the Moms for Liberty type kind of took over and denounced the evils of public education. And it's like, listen, if y'all think public education is evil, homeschool your damn kids and shut your mouths, right? If you don't want your kids in it, don't make it worse for everybody else. Just take your kids out. Just use those vouchers and send them to private school. Or maybe get off your lazy ass and teach them yourselves in homeschool. Oh, but y'all don't want to do that. You don't want to have to raise your own kids. You won't have to deal with your own kids. You want somebody else to do it. You just want them to do it the way you want to do it because you can become this great activist and get invited to all these speaking gigs at Turning Points USA and all that other CPAC crap. But you don't want to do the work yourself. So instead, you're going to ruin education for the entire country because you're too lazy and you don't actually care enough to just teach your kid without having to ruin it for everybody else. Ring of Fire has fresh content 7 days a week, so if you want to be reminded about it, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, hit the little bell to be notified every time a new video goes up.